Hey, Shelby, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Did you see the email from Alex?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so sad.
yeah. I wonder if is Haley still in our group?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I see her still on the class list. And I asked the professor about it a while
Mm-hmm.
ago. Yeah, I'm getting a little faster figuring out how to do this. I'm sorry. I'm always like last couple minutes because I hate having this like sitting here by myself and it's recording.
Yeah. Did Sister Lake answer you back at all about Haley?
Once she did and said she was still in the class. Yeah, that's been a while.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I think it was the very first week. This is our third week.
Yeah.
It's kind of cold and wet outside today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's warmer here. Finally.
Good. Yeah, it's I'm gonna make chili tonight. It's cold.
Mm.
Okay, so it's 67.
That's
I'm
about what it is
sorry.
here.
I didn't. Oh, awesome. Here's Madison.
Hi.
Hello, sorry I'm late.
Hello,
That's
sunshine. Oh,
okay.
you're perfect. How are you?
I'm good. Just
Good.
busy.
Can you turn your volume up a little bit, Madison?
This- I have no idea how to do this.
That's all right.
Does that do anything?
It's
I
good.
hold it
It's
like
good.
this? Okay.
Did you see the email from Alex?
I did. Makes me sad.
I'm really sorry. She's so sweet, and I always the little gems of wisdom that she would offer were always awesome. I'm sorry. Hang on real fast. Hello. Yes. Could you please give her extend it for another 1 month pass? Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Sorry, that was our gate. I knew somebody was coming in. Okay. Anyhow, okay, well, we're just three for now, and I keep on inviting Haley. She's still in the class.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's awesome. All
Do I
right.
need to do the data manager or Shelby, are you doing that?
I don't remember if I had signed up for that or if that was Alexandra that signed up for that last week.
Oh,
Okay.
I
yeah,
don't
she
care
was.
either
Oh,
way.
wait. She was going to take notes. I thought she was going to lead the
Was she?
discussion. Was
I
I
can
always
grab
going
a
to
notebook.
I was always going to lead, right?
I think so.
Okay,
I can grab a notebook really quick. It's easier that way. Just a second.
sure.
Okay.
How long have you been married, Shelby?
About 6 months since October, so
Oh, beautiful new bride. Good. Is your husband in school up there with you?
yeah, we're both full time.
Bless you. Good. What is he studying?
Electrical engineering.
Excellent. Good.
So yeah, we've heard a
I'm
lot
sure
of
you're
good stuff about that.
busy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Matt, did you go by Maddie or is it always Madison?
I'm Madison. I've never gone by Maddie.
Yeah, I like Madison. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So how was the material this week? Did you enjoy thinking about the social media and the benefits and the curses of it?
Um, yeah, I feel like I've had this lesson a lot, but I think it's very beneficial because I obviously have not lived by it yet. And so I really liked the dragonfly points and yeah, the four.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting how they included Bednar's talk with that and kind of comparing and contrasting that. I liked that.
That's great. Well, that's one of the points we'll get to. So let's just go ahead and do that right now. Identify, well, what were some of the connections that we made between Elder Bednar's principles and the four wings of the dragonfly? Madison, do you want to start?
Sure. Okay, so I felt like these went like right in with each other, like Bednar's fit right in with the firefly. um, like to have a focus is the authentic and consistent to me, and then people's attention is
What was the
like
last
on
thing you
its
said?
own. So to me, being authentic and consistent fits right in with having focus, and then grab attention to me is on its kind of on its own, and then to edify and uplift to me fit with the engage, and I don't know how to explain what's in my head. I just feel like they fit.
I like that. I did too. It's one of those things where I kind of think the Spirit kind of teaches you. It's one of those things where, right? It's like you're reading the scriptures and you get this thought that comes across your mind and there's a little clarity. And then you look at your scriptures and say, like, it wasn't in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. I'm trying to find my notes from the reading and I am not successful right now. So that's what I'm shuffling around here for. Sorry. Do you want to go ahead, Shelby? Because I certainly can listen while I'm doing this.
Okay, I pretty much had the same things down that Madison said. I liked how they both had, you have a goal in mind that's measurable and attainable, and then you aim to grab others' attention to help you achieve that goal. So I liked that. And I liked how Bednar's kind of went along with being kind and respectful towards others. And the dragonfly like helped, obviously didn't really have the gospel perspective with it, but it still gave you effective ways to capture your audience and try to make a difference in the world, I guess.
Oh. I was thinking the same thing and how they both are really good things. And the dragonfly is, of course, more the physical things and how important that is. Because really, literally, when the church goes into some of these really poor areas that are war-torn or with the refugees, they feed them first, right? They take care of their physical needs first before they share the gospel. They're just living it, but our temporal needs are so important before they can even understand it. So I just thought that was just kind of an interesting juxtaposition, having this dragonfly with the physical needs, and how important that is. We can never minimize what a bone marrow match means to these people. And of course, we understand how important it is for people to be prepared and to have the covenants, but they're both so important. So, but on the finer things, about being reaching out to all of them, and maybe one will, right? Isn't that interesting? Reaching out to so many, and maybe one will be the one. So some little thoughts like that. Any other comments on that? Do you think they promote or reinforce each other? Madison,
Yes.
I'll just talk with you first.
Yeah, I think they promote each other because they're better together, and it's more effective to have the spiritual side and the physical.
Yeah. Shelby?
That's exactly what I was going to say. To have both sides of the spectrum really just helps, promote and reinforce each other.
Yeah, I think we all see it the same way. All right, so what websites did you visit first, or blogs? And then did you agree with the arguments that they made? What are some of the strengths and weaknesses? So what visit did you visit?
Do you want all of the ones I visited or just one?
How about your few favorite ones?
Okay. So the blog that I went to is called Family Good Things to Come. And that blog is put by Brother Rarick that's here on campus, and I can't remember the other guy. I think his name is Nilsson. Anyways, I look up to those men. They are so. I decided to check out their blog, and I read and looked at the article and videos on punishing character into your children, and I thought it was very interesting. And I gotta say that I agreed with it because don't think that if you're going to prepare your child for the real world, you need to give them like real life punishments. And you're not going to go to work and your boss is going to say, that was really not wise of you. You need to write this 100 times and hold books over your head because you did this. You didn't understand the mistakes they made and understand why behind it. And I really liked it because he included a real life example of game with Naomi and Eleanor and how he had to teach the 4-year-old to paddle on the table and how that was able to help their father-daughter relationship grow. Okay, to me, I felt like his article was very focused. It was to the point. It wasn't long and drawn out. Throughout the article, like there was lots of hyperlinks, resources that he was citing, and that would kind of go along with that. It grabbed attention because parents are always trying to find new ways of disciplining their children.
Yeah. Good observations.
Thanks.
Good observations. Shelby, do you have something to add on that?
Based off hers or just one that I
whatever that you saw.
Okay. So my internet and my computer has been acting up the last couple days. So I only had a chance to look into depth in one. I had looked at a Facebook page that I've been seeing around a lot lately. It doesn't necessarily have to do with families per se, but I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Special Books by Special Kids. It was this teacher that it started all in his classroom, and he was working in a special needs classroom, and he had the idea that these kids are smart and intelligent and they could write their own books, so why not? And so he compiled like the books that they made, and he sent it to a bunch of different publishers, and they got over 50 rejection letters. And so then he just ended up kind of taking that, and he started interviewing his kids, and all of a sudden just one video just went viral, and from then on people were asking him to come to where they live and interview their kids, and so now it's just this big thing. He travels all around the world to interview these kids, and I really liked the message that he had with that. It was what did he say? The goal of this page was to celebrate the diversity of the human condition, one interview at a time. And so his message is that every child has a voice, and you need to show respect to them, even though they may be different and look different. They're still human, and they still love to be appreciated and loved. And so I just loved it. I have a special place in my heart for special needs kids. So I really liked the message that they had, and they had a good variety of videos and people. Like there's those with Down syndrome, autism, just a bunch of different ones, like some that are very common and others that you don't really hear of as much. So I liked that. Let's see. one of the weaknesses I found in it, there wasn't an explicit call to action that he had, but it was more just trying to make an influence on how people view others and what those kids themselves think about themselves, and how they don't like it when people don't talk to them or when people are mean or whatever. And in pretty much all the videos, he asks them what they want the world to know about them. And so it's just really, I loved it. He's so good with those kids, and you can tell he really loves them and respects them and is truly trying to understand them and what they think. So I loved that.
That's awesome. Is that local? Was it Children Books? What's it? Is it national?
It's national. It's called Special Books by Special Kids. I think he's from Florida, is what I saw. But yeah, he just started it and ended up going really big. It was interesting to see how he was just starting simple and ended up blowing up into this big worldwide thing. He's traveled to Australia and stuff like that to interview kids. So it's really cool. Yeah.
I mean, isn't that amazing when you think about what they can do? So here I am at my age listening to these talks, and I remember President McKay, and he's talking about the day will come, and it'll be with just this amazing potential, but there will be big perils during those times too. I guess that kind of leads into the website that I have seen and that I wanted to share. And it's a website, and it's for the Hoover House here in San Diego, and it is the only one in the country that's what I have been told by people that have donated to it. It's a school for the homeless, and it is funded by our state and city funds here in San Diego. But the problem with so many of the children that are homeless is they don't have an address, they live in cars, and it's really, even enrolling in school is difficult. And their website is so full of hope, and I feel so attached to it because I've been down to their facility. Their website drew me down to go and spend a day with them. But what are the questions that they'd like us to address on the website? The strengths, because of privacy, they would have to blur out the children's faces. But I think that is one of the strengths, is to give a personal feel to these children that are less fortunate, and see their surroundings and see that they're getting their education and that they're trying to break the cycle, and that there are wonderful people that are donating. And it's a fabulous school, and it takes them up through at high school, and at the high school level they have them with training to be like cooks, line cooks, or dishwashers, and things that in some of our hotels, it's downtown by the Petco Park, just to have some careers, or maybe driving, and to get out of being homeless. As far as any weakness on it, it seemed quite well developed. I would say maybe it's just links where they say like click here, and there wasn't anything there, but that's technical. I didn't see anything that was a weakness in what they were trying to do. So that's pretty cool stuff. Those kids, I mean, they have a garden in the back. They've got a kitchen. They learn to make smoothies. I mean, some of these kids have never had a blender, and it's awesome. That's awesome. So, all right. What evidence was left out that could have helped to further reinforce the argument? What made it persuasive? What argument are they talking about?
Okay, when I read that question, I thought of the article. The point the article is trying to make is the argument.
Of which article?
Of
The
like
long
the
one?
post or the website that you looked at.
I'm sorry, it's a little too light. I can't hear.
The post or article that you looked at, the point they were trying to make was the argument, is what I took that question as. Did it not come across again?
I'm plugged in. I was like,
Shelby, do you have anything you want to say?
Shelby, you want to say it?
Can you explain it?
Yeah. She was just saying that the way she took it was that the post or article that you read, the argument is kind of like the point they were trying to make or get across with what they were saying.
Got it. Got it. All right. So within, okay. Thank you. Okay. So what evidence was left out that could have helped further reinforce, or what made it persuasive?
Okay, I'll try and go if you can hear me. So for the things that I looked at, I didn't think there was a lot they could do to reinforce anything. I looked at comments on the blog posts. People upset that he didn't address the opposition that there is with the topic. It would have been more persuasive had he opposition to discipline.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, Shelby.
Okay. I also didn't really find anything that could have helped reinforce it. Kind of with each video, he kind of just described the person and kind of what they were, the message that they were giving. And then, but what did make it persuasive was that he was so genuine. You could tell that he honestly loved the kids. I kind of already said this, but he honestly loved the kids and respect them, and he understands how to work with them, and he gives them time to respond, and he knew the right questions to ask and the right things to say to make them feel special. And that's kind of what his main thing was, so he wants them to know that they're special.
That's actually what the effort of the website I was on tries to do to, they're trying to make a connection is what they're trying to do. And so they're trying to get funds. Though it is, they receive money from the state, or our state school district, or our state's school department. I think there might be some in the city as well, but they need funds. I mean, they don't give them all this money to build the school, but there are some funds. And so a lot of it, like I know there's some people that live, I don't know them, but that live in the neighboring community that donated the entire kitchen. And so their purpose is more fundraising. It's just like the dragonfly one. That one was to go out and get your blood drawn. So sometimes there are things that are hard and that you don't really, you just think, gosh, this morning that sounds really fun, a really great thing to do. But they need it, and I thought they did a good job. I think pictures and personal stories are the best. So, what made it persuasive? Pictures and personal stories. All right. So, how well did each blog or Facebook do at each of our 4 dragonfly wings in the dragonfly effect? So, the dragonfly wings are traditional media, social media, education, and registration. Go ahead.
Okay, I read that wrong, so I don't have an answer yet.
Same here.
Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Come on.
Did I read it wrong?
I don't know.
Well, go ahead and
Okay.
get your answer. Then whatever that you are prepared with, Madison, will be helpful.
So the four wings that were four wings were to the focus, grab attention, engage, take action. Your face. Okay.
Oh, tell me your four wings.
The focus, grab attention, engage, and take action.
What was the
And
second one?
it is to grab attention.
Grab attention.
Yep.
And the last one for you?
Take action.
Take action.
Mhm.
I like yours better. I'm looking
Thank
at
you.
I'm looking at the graph. I like yours better.
Okay. Good. Each of the posts and articles that I looked at, I thought they did a good job at meeting each of the four wings. And the only one that I felt might have been lacking is to engage the audience more, to ask more questions. And there was one that I looked at about exploitation statistics, and I think it would have been better to have more statistics for the area overall. But other than that, I thought they did a pretty good job.
I thought they did.
All right, so mine, I kind of was using the same, like the general dragonfly outline. With the, let's see, engage, they did a really good job with that because they often will go live, like do a live interview with the kids. And so then he always points out how people are liking and loving the video as they're doing the interview, and that's showing that the world is watching and listening to them. And people get to ask them questions and they answer them. So that was really fun to see that people get to engage with them that way. And then let's see, the call to action, they're nonprofit, but they don't really ask for money in any of it. It's more just kind of promoting the awareness. But there was one post that I noticed they had a specific take action, and it was because one of the kids he had interviewed a few months earlier had passed away. And so he had asked for just, $5, just small donations to give to the mother because she's a single mom. And and she's had to spend a lot of money on her child. So it was just to help with the funeral costs and everything. And he said it in the comments, he had said that they passed their goal in 43 minutes. And so you could see that people really took action with that and were involved and willing to help. I thought that was great.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. That's so awesome. That's great. The focus, I think, with the website at the Hoover House, it's homelessness in big cities, inner cities. So that's the focus. And you know what's so difficult is that's a hard thing for people to want to see. It simply is. And so they have kind of the pretty picture of the school on the front and these moms walking their kids to school. And I wish I could bring you guys down here to see it one time. It's kind of cool. And you'll never see another school like it currently there's not another school like it. So, but gosh, these inner cities, these kids need it. And there's so many volunteers that just go one-on-one and I'll sit there and teach them math because guys, homelessness is not always, but it's often accompanied with uneducated parents right? Who dropped out of school. There's drugs and just lower education. So, it just perpetuates itself. So that's the focus is looking at something that's uncomfortable, and to they grab attention by having the element of hope and change, and hope for these kids. They engage by having all kinds of things that you can volunteer at, some just one-time, long-term things, and they make it pretty appealing, and they have the photos and things like that. I think visual is always nice. And that goes right along with the take action to invite people to come out. They have some major kind of black tie fundraisers also. They have to. And so some of our large, we have the Padres are out here in San Diego. It's our baseball team. And some large accounting firms, I know, also go out there and do that. And I think that's kind of when they know they have some of these sponsors, and they'll take action within those. But, get those employees kind of guilted into doing things. But even it's just like, hundreds of other, moms and young kids, they want to help. So that's how they take action on that. Well, I think, and how well, I guess that's it. How well did they do it? I think, I think we've covered it. There's little things to improve on. Yeah. Okay, this is 30 minutes, guys. Did I go
Are
through
you
that?
ready for me to go through it?
Yes.
I cannot remember what question we started with. Do we start with what connections can you make between elder Bednar?
Yeah.
Right? I'm just going to read the notes I have. I can't remember what question. Okay. So we said that the Dragonfly and elder Bednars go hand in hand. They both have a goal that is measurable and attainable, and they're both effective ways of capturing your audience. And our side is more spiritual, and the Dragonfly is kind of more physical. And yes, they promote and reinforce each other. Most of us, all of us, loved what we saw, agreed that they do a really nice job at these points. I talked about how addressing the opposing side, and then you two talked about how yours were both because they were genuine, and the pictures and stories were really beneficial. And then the last one we just did, we thought they did a really good job addressing each of the 4 wings. That's about it.
Yeah. All right. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Thumbs up.
Good.
Thank you. It's interesting. I agree, Madison. We have had this lesson a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to tell you, because when you talked about your special books, I thought of a book called The Junkyard Wonders. Have you read it? Picture book. It will make you cry. It is so sweet. It's about kids with special needs. And I know he didn't write that, and none of those kids wrote that. I would recommend that book to just
Okay, what's
anyone.
it called again?
Wonders.
Okay.
And I can't remember who it's by, but it's
That's okay.
sweet book. Anyways,
Perfect.
that's all I
Thank
have.
you.
You girls are adorable. Thank you. Did I go too fast?
No, we just don't have very many people, I think, is part of it.
Yeah, we're down.
Yeah.
We're down 25%. But also, it was still shorter questions this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's our plan for next week?
I can ask questions. The question.
I can do the note taking.
Well, that's easy. I'll send the link.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take care,
Thank
ladies.
you.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.